Hello, hello. Good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Evergreen Marketing Workshop. My name is Brady. I'm super excited to be joining y'all today. I'm super excited to nerd out on marketing and talk about how we can generate more leads. Welcome. Anna, hello. If y'all could do me a favor, pop into the chat what your name is, who you are, and where you're tuning in from, and what the heck do you do for a living, or what are you at least trying to get done in real estate? So if you're an investor or an agent, I want to know, or if you're a contractor, you're in home services, then let me know in the chat. So there's a little bit of a delay on my end for the chats that I see pop up, so I'll let y'all tune in, but let me know where you're tuning in from, your name, and if you're an agent, investor, both, what do you do for a living? That would be awesome to know. I'd love to get to know y'all. I like for this to be kind of a two-way street, an actual conversation, instead of me up here just talking to y'all, talking to a screen. So let me know where you're tuning in from and what you do. That'll help me kind of fine-tune my presentation to y'all so it can be the most value for you. So yeah, I'm excited. All right. Got some chats rolling in. Tony and Angie Stewart, Columbus, Ohio, investor. Tony, welcome. Tony is in our Evergreen Marketing Facebook group. I recognize you, man. Good to have you on the chat here. Aaron, also a Carrot member. Welcome, Aaron. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Anna says North Georgia, new investor. Awesome. Sweet. You're in the good spot. Brian Hanley, Brian from New York City. What do you do, Brian? Let me know. Mortgage broker. Awesome. Cool. Got a variety of people in here. Investors. Usually we have some agents or hybrids, but let me know. All right. I'm going to kind of kick things off and we'll get going here. Feel free to keep popping in the chats. Let me know if you have any questions, anything that comes up, please let me know. I'd love to help you out. So we have Michael Boutram, Charlotte. Awesome. Got some family in Charlotte. It's a beautiful spot of the country. Okay. So, just to let you know, you're in the right spot. If you are a investor, whether you're a wholesaler, flipper, you're a developer, or you're an agent, or maybe you're, like I mentioned, a hybrid, you're doing both of those things, this is applicable for you. Or even if you're a contractor, home services, if you're doing, if you want evergreen marketing leads, this is the right place. If you see the market is changing and you want to find a way to stand out as other marketing methods are getting harder, we'll talk about that. And you want to grow your income and you want a little bit more time freedom in your business, or if you want a lot of time freedom in your business, this is going to be helpful for you. And if you've realized that the normal traditional, I say quote unquote, traditional ways of marketing, like cold calling, posting on social, have you stuck on what we like to call this marketing hamster wheel, you're in the right place. We're going to help you get off this year and learn how to stop buying leads. If you want to, how to stop relying on one or other lead sources, and how to start generating leads for your own that are super high quality. Okay. So let's get moving. What the heck is Carrot.com? We've been around since 2014. We've been going for almost 11 years, which I'm very grateful that we can say that. We've got about 6,000 active members in the Carrot ecosystem, and we're the industry leader in inbound marketing for motivated seller leads. This means motivated sellers coming to you, looking for you, as opposed to outbound marketing. And our whole mission, the whole reason why we exist, why I show up to work every day, is to help investors and agents build businesses of freedom and impact. And you can only do that if you're intentional about your business and the marketing that you do in your business. So that's a little bit about who we are. This is a picture of our team right here from our last team retreat. Got a little carrot bud here as our little mascot. And then we also have a podcast called the Evergreen Marketing Podcast. So if you only get to catch a little blip of this, or if you want to dive deeper into Evergreen Marketing, go to your phone, search for Evergreen Marketing Podcast on Apple Podcasts or YouTube, and tune into those episodes. We also go live every week in a Facebook community where we talk about Evergreen Marketing. So we're always teaching this stuff. We're always excited to share what we're learning. And yeah, that's where you can find us. Okay, so who the heck am I? My job title, I'm a content strategist for Carrot.com. I also host our podcast, like I mentioned, and I love getting leads through marketing. It is an addictive feeling. It's one of the best feelings ever to do work, to put out content online, and to get leads come to you. It's just the best feeling. It builds connection authority like nothing else. So that's why I love content marketing, Evergreen Marketing. I've produced over 500 podcasts to date. It's crazy to say this, but we've gotten over a couple million downloads over the years. And the only reason I like that is because it's helped people learn how to generate leads online, like we're going to be talking about in the workshop. So I've also done some other cool things, like put together a YouTube video with over 1 million views. Like I said, I just love content marketing. And my version of real estate, I'm not an investor, but we did flip our first house. And then just earlier this year, or excuse me, earlier last year, my wife and I finished building our dream home, barndominium, out here in Southern Oregon. So that's where I'm tuning in from. But that's who I am. My name's Brady. And what am I here for? I want to highlight the heroes. That's my aim. In this industry, really in any industry, there's an opportunity to do things just to a little bit shady, if I'm being honest. And I feel like there's more opportunity to do that in this industry, but I see people showing up every day. Some of y'all are already on this workshop who are serving sellers really well, giving them multiple options and finding out their needs, finding out how you can help them instead of having to be just about another dollar. If you're in this just for earning another buck, it's not going to be enough to motivate you over the long term. If you're in it to serve people, then you will never run out of motivation. So that's why I'm here to help equip and enable those of you who want to serve people well through real estate. So my promise to you, what I'm going to be teaching in this workshop is a few things. Okay. So we're going to talk about the 3 types of content you need in 2024 to get leads consistently. And we aren't just making these things up. These are the 3 types of content that we're using and that we see our members using consistently with and through Carrot to generate leads online. Okay. And I'm going to teach you how to build trust and credibility with content to increase rankings and close deals. Because whether you learn and implement Evergreen Marketing or not, if you don't learn how to build trust and credibility both offline and online, then it's not going to matter what type of leads you generate. If you don't build trust and credibility with people, you're not going to be closing deals. So I'm going to teach you how to do that through your website. Okay. And also I'm going to teach you how to get leads in the door now so you can supplement what we call Evergreen Marketing. So you can supplement the long-term lead generation with some short-term, faster, quick hit lead generation. How to execute it smarter using AI and our tools. I say this because we're a software company. We build websites and we serve people well. And I say this so that you're not surprised when at the end it's like, oh, Brady has something to sell. He's here trying to sell me on a thing. I'm going to show you how to do it. You can do this with Carrot or without Carrot. And frankly, we make it a lot easier. We give you tools to make it easier, more fun, and to get predictable results instead of having to do it all, piece together from scratch on your own. So that's what we're here for. We're going to teach you how to do it. And also, quick freebie, if you've been on this webinar before, you probably have this slide deck. But if you have not, I got a treat for you. I put together a while back a bunch of different prompts to use in ChatGPT that work specifically for marketing and real estate. And I put those all into a slide deck. I think about 20 of them or so. But I'm going to be giving those out at the end of the call. So if you stick around to the end, I'll just give you the Google slide deck link. And yeah, little treat for you guys. Okay. One quick thing I want to mention. I mentioned we have a Facebook group. If you have any questions that pop up after this workshop, like I said, I'll be here during this workshop to answer questions live. So put them in through the chat if you have any. But if you think of something afterwards, you're like, shoot, you can either go to our website, carrot.com, talk to us or support through the chat, or you can go into the Facebook group and ask there and get feedback and answers from community members and the Carrot team in there as well. So go to community.carrot.com and it'll take you to our Facebook group. But love to have you in there. Okay. All right. So a couple quick things I want to talk about before we get into it that have to do with Evergreen Marketing. Google had a algorithm update in earlier this year, March this year, and Google has algorithm updates all the time. There's another one coming, I've heard in the next month or so, maybe in September, late August. We'll see when it comes out. But each algorithm update addresses something different. This last algorithm update focused on a thing called EAT, or EEAT. This is stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. And basically, Google is looking at how you do those things on your website, and they're favoring websites that do EAT really well. Some people in SEO might have a little bit of riff with that or argue against that. But basically, the more expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trust, the more that you can showcase that on your website, the longer people stay on your website, and the more people click on your website, the better experience they have on your website, and that in turn influences higher rankings in Google. So I might have gotten a little bit too into the weeds, a little bit too nerdy right off the bat with you. Hopefully, it didn't go over your head. If it did, that's okay. I'll explain it a little bit. But anyways, to summarize it, this Google update that happened earlier this year just means that being human, being real, and being credible matters more than it ever has online. It's getting harder to gamify SEO, and it's never been more important to showcase your expertise, your authoritativeness, and your trust online through your website. Okay. It's getting harder to gamify. The other reason this matters is that with AI, with so much AI produced content popping up, Google is paying more attention to that. So this update also attacks spam, and Google actually, I'll talk a little bit about this later, but Google doesn't care as much that your content is, whether your content is generated with AI or not. They care about the quality of it. Okay, so I'll show you how to use AI correctly, some do's and don'ts, and how that ties into your content mix, because that's a hot topic right now. But first and foremost, from this update, the takeaway is be human, be real, be authentic in your content, and focus on providing unique and helpful content that people actually want to read and watch. Okay, that's the thing. So, for those of you who are a little bit newer to Evergreen Marketing or new to real estate or marketing in general, I want to talk about inbound versus outbound for just a second. Okay. So, normal outbound marketing is marketing that is out. It's sending out to people. This is your direct mail, cold calling, Facebook ads, even door knocking, driving for dollars, things like that. You might find people who are motivated, but in general, this is a law of large numbers. You're hitting as many people as you can in hopes that you're going to hit the right person to get back to you. Of course, you can use lists and create your own high quality list to kind of refine your marketing efforts. But in general, you're hitting the masses. Okay. So the thing about outbound leads is if you've been in real estate for some time, this is no news to you. Outbound leads are getting harder and harder. Text messaging is almost, if not already, a thing of the past. Cold calling is getting more and more difficult with updates phone manufacturers are making and the FCC cracking down on cold calling. It's getting harder and harder to do cold calling as a sustainable, reliable method for marketing. Cold calling is getting harder. There's also a new thing coming into place. I believe January 1st, 2025 is taking effect, where the FCC is implementing something where it's going to make it potentially harder or more expensive to buy leads online. So right now, somebody can I could go to create a website, generate leads online, and then I can resell those leads to you. That's how you have pay-per-lead providers, which it's a great way to supplement your marketing. And we have a few that we work with in the Carrot Marketplace that are friends of ours. It's a great way to supplement. But as of January 1st, 2025, the FCC is making it so that consumers have to consent or opt in to the company that is marketing them. They have to consent to the company. So if they come to my website, consent to receive marketing from me, text, phone calls, mail, whatever, I can't then pass that information to you and sell the lead and have them market to you. It would be illegal at that point. So marketers are creative. There may be some loopholes, but anyways, I just bring this up because it's one of the multitude of factors that show that outbound marketing is getting harder, and there's becoming more and more regulation around different types of marketing, even with pay-per-lead. Okay. Even things like bandit signs. I just throw this article in here because I think it's funny. The city of Houston spent about $300,000 or spends about $300,000 yearly just taking down bandit signs. So repercussions, fees for bandit signs are going up. Fees for unsolicited marketing are on the rise, and outbound marketing is getting harder. Okay. So what's inbound marketing? Inbound marketing, there's really not a lot of channels for inbound marketing, but the number one is Google. This is people going to Google, going online, finding answers to their questions, just like you and I do every single day. They're looking for how to sell my house fast online. So, Google, people go into their computer to type questions and they're seeking you out and finding you. That's inbound marketing. So, how do you do inbound marketing? We'll get into the content specifically, like I said, but it's about it's about creating the right type of content to attract people to your website online. Here's a couple little cool testimonials we got about inbound marketing that I thought I'd share with y'all. So one friend of ours, Greg Helbeck, he says PPC, SEO, mail leads are the move. Inbound over outbound. I don't really think direct mail is inbound. I see it as outbound, but it doesn't matter. He said, make people call you, not the reverse. It's about the quality over quantity. He said, once we started going inbound, it got real freaky in our business in a positive way. People are begging us to buy their house versus the other way around. Okay. Another one from our friend Keith Sant, who's executed Evergreen Marketing to the nines and is reaping the benefits of it. He said, I got an organic lead this morning, went on the appointment, and the seller wanted me to take it. Said he would let it go for $1,000 and didn't want to pay property taxes anymore. I couldn't take his property for $1,000, so I locked it up for $10,000, and he was pumped. The worst house I've been to, but the assessed value of the land is $149. Going to buy it with cash and throw it on the MLS for $70K and let it get bid up to $100. Carrot for the win. That, y'all, is the power of inbound marketing. Okay. A couple of statistics that we've ran from our research based on marketing and generating leads with Carrot versus other marketing methods like direct mail, cold calling, etc. What we found is that on average, Carrot members generate leads our methods have 7 times higher lead to deal conversion than other marketing methods, and on average, an extra almost $14,000 an extra profit per deal. That's over 7 times higher lead to deal conversion and almost another $14,000 in extra profit per deal. So the numbers with Evergreen Marketing, the quantity is not as high, but the quality is a lot higher. And because they're inbound, because they're looking for you, you can almost always get more squeeze out of the deals. They're just higher profit. You talk to any investor, any agent who's doing SEO, who's doing Evergreen Marketing, and they will tell you that the SEO leads, the inbound leads, are the most profitable leads out of any other marketing source. Okay, so that's why those numbers are what they are. They're inbound. Okay, another thing to talk about with inbound marketing that you need to know, I want to set proper expectations. So we get this question all the time, like, okay, they're the juicy deals. They're the bigger deals. How long does it take? So I want to be real with you. Evergreen Marketing takes a little bit of work. We'll make it easier, but in general, the first couple months, you're getting the process rolling. The first 2 to 3 months, you're getting your website launched, you're creating content, and you're just getting the ball rolling. You're learning, you're implementing what we teach, and you're putting everything into place. By about 6 months on average, you might start to see some traction and you might start ranking in Google. Now, we've seen this happen we've seen this happen faster, and we've seen it happen slower. So a lot of it depends on the size of your market, but even more importantly is how many people in your market are trying to do Evergreen Marketing and the quality of your content and the work that you want to put into it. Okay. So I'll also talk about why this makes sense, even if you don't decide to execute Evergreen Marketing. But in general, I'd say about 6 to 12 months, give or take, depending on a few different factors to start generating leads through Evergreen Marketing. Okay. So this is work that you're putting in today so that it can pay off over the long term. You think about it like stacking bricks. You do one activity, you work on your Evergreen Marketing, you're creating content. Each piece of content you make, each little tweak you make to your website, your online presence, you're stacking a brick and you're building the foundation for all of your marketing. And meanwhile, while you're stacking bricks, you stack a brick. Okay, then I'm going to go do paper leads, or I'm going to go do Google PPC. We're going to do some Facebook ads. Do the things that can get you leads that are more hamster wheel marketing, but you do those in tandem with your Evergreen Marketing so that your Evergreen Marketing can have time to grow and start producing leads on its own. Okay. And then the cool thing about it is that as you start generating leads with Evergreen Marketing, the workload goes down. It does not completely go away. It doesn't, I mean, there are members that they have their website launched, they've got their content created, and then they're ranking in Google, they're generating leads, and they don't do anything for a while. That happens all the time. But it's important to not get complacent, still keep your content fresh, so that you're still generating leads and stay competitive. So don't get complacent, don't get lazy. But the workload definitely goes down over time versus hamster wheel marketing, where you're always spending either time or, more importantly, money, or just dumping a bunch of money into marketing. Okay. So, Evergreen Marketing hopefully gets you to the picture on the right. With my friend Snoop Dogg over here, we're on vacation, still getting leads, even when you're not actively doing the marketing, and not like my guy over here on the left, cold calling every day because it's sucking your soul. I'm being funny about this, but I've had jobs where where I've cold called. It is awful. And I don't know about you, if there's anyone out there that says, I love cold calling, or I like cold calling, or even, oh, it's not that bad. I think you're lying to yourself. Nobody likes cold calling. It's not fun. There's very few people out there. It is just, to me, it's just soul sucking. I want to do things that actually give me energy. I like creating content. Even more so, I like the feeling when I get a lead online and I didn't have to do anything in that moment to generate that lead. You get leads coming to you. And I value my time, and I want more time freedom. I want to build a business that doesn't rely on me always having to go out there and hustle and grind just to get more leads and close more deals, to always be talking to people, to always be dumping money into ads. I want a more sustainable, flexible business model. So if that's you, let me know in the chat. Is your current marketing giving or draining your energy? Is your current marketing giving or draining your energy? Our energy is probably the most important asset we have. I would almost argue more than time, because you can have unlimited time, but if you don't have energy, it doesn't matter. And the type of marketing you're doing matters, because it's going to give or drain your energy. So let me know in the chat. I'm going to take a sip of water because I'm talking a million miles an hour. But everyone, take a second to think about the type of business that you want to build. And what does it look like? How much time are you in your business? What kind of tasks are you doing? Where are your deals coming from? And then what do you need to do to get there? Because if you want to build a business with real time freedom, with real flexibility, that's impactful, where you have time for your family, you have time for your kids, it's likely not you being tied down to your marketing. And this likely matters. So that's why we take this seriously. So let me know in the chat, is your current marketing giving you energy or draining you energy? Let me know. And what types of marketing are you doing? I'd love to hear it. Okay. Let me know. Okay. That's a little bit about inbound, or evergreen marketing, as we like to call it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. 4 keys to mastering this thing. Number 1, you got to build a hub of trust and credibility. This is your website. Your website has to build trust and credibility. Okay. Number 2, get in front of already motivated sellers on Google using 3 types of content. I'll walk you through these in detail. Number 3, accelerate your efforts using our tools in AI. So how to get this work done faster instead of doing it all from scratch. And number 4, amplify your efforts. How to trade $1 for $4 with paid marketing. How to get better ROI from your paid marketing so you can supplement your evergreen marketing in the short term. Okay. And get leads in the door now so you can close deals now while your evergreen marketing is taking hold. Okay. Okay. So let's get into it. Number 1, build trust and credibility as a hub to convert both new and existing prospects. The thing we got to realize about evergreen marketing is that all offline marketing drives online demand. Or excuse me, the thing we got to realize about a hub of credibility and trust is that all the things that you're doing, all the direct mail you send out, all the bandit signs you put up, all the cold calls, any texts, especially if you're running any sort of TV or radio ads, any conversation you have, what are people doing? They're going to Google, they're typing in your name or your company name or what they think your company name was, and they're trying to find you online. Even if you don't do any evergreen marketing and you don't, quote unquote, generate leads online through Google, like I'm going to show you how, this is the number 1 important thing. If you don't have a website, you are losing deals, and deals are slipping through the cracks. People are going to Google, they're Googling your name, and if they don't find you, they find your competitors, they're going with your competitors. And better yet, if they find you online, but you don't have reviews and you're not credible and you haven't done it the right way, or if your website is slow and clunky, you're losing deals. They're not going to be doing business with you. Okay. So, what this looks like when done right is that all those people you've marketed to, all those people that you've had conversations with, they come to your website. Your website should be building credibility. It should be converting visitors into motivated leads. It should pre-frame the sale and increase ROI so that the people that submit a form on your website or call you or both, they should be predisposed to want to work with you. And that's the difference when people come to your website, whether it was through Google, Evergreen Marketing, or even an offline marketing method. The difference when they come to the right type of website, carrot website, is that they're predisposed to want to work with you versus just a cold lead. Okay. So if you don't have a website and you're not doing this thing correctly, you're likely losing leads. And I want you to ask yourself, what is that worth to you? Okay. So all your offline marketing drives online demand. Let's talk about what this looks like. So, if any of y'all have ever seen a marketing funnel, this is kind of a version of one. At the top of the funnel or the left-hand side, we have the unaware phase where people are unaware they even have a problem. They don't know they're going to get foreclosed on. And then we have problem aware where they know they're going to get foreclosed. So maybe they go to Google and they search something like sell my house fast, Roseburg, Oregon. That's where I'm at. Or maybe they're solution aware, which means, okay, now I know that these we buy houses companies exist. Now I know that there's real estate investors, or there's an alternative to working with a pure agent. There's other solutions out there. There's cash home buyers. Okay. Now that I kind of know that's a solution, let me look at my options. They become product aware or solution aware, and aware of your company. And so they're Googling things like Brady buys houses reviews. If I were a wholesaler or a real estate investor, they'd be Googling Brady buys houses reviews. Or if my website is simplysold.com, they're Googling simply sold company reviews. So they're going to Google those things. Hopefully they find your website, they find you online. And once they do that, they're going to be looking at your how it works page to learn about the process. They're going to be looking at your blog, see what type of content you put out. What are you an expert on? What are your niches? What are the types of deals that you do? They're going to be watching and reading your testimonials, because people like to go down the research rabbit hole. We need to put ourselves in the mind of a motivated seller. This is not like you and I going to Amazon to get some $30 widget. This is somebody dealing with a life-altering decision with tens or usually hundreds of thousands of dollars and a lot of emotion tied to this decision. That means a lot of research. They like to go down the research rabbit hole. They like to compare their options. Okay. So this is what this is what happens when people are at this stage of the marketing funnel. They're Googling your company name. Okay. So what does this look like? What's a good example of this? So when they Google you, are they finding a legitimate brand? Are they finding a real person, a real human being who can solve their problem? Okay. This is our friend Daniel Kong out of Hawaii. This is his Carrot website. These are our friends, the home buying guys out of Dallas. I'll show you a video of one of them later. And then our friend Bo with simplysold.com out of Louisville. You notice the things they all have in common. They're all what I would call face forward. They're not afraid to put their faces out there on their website, talk about themselves and how they can help people. They're also full of testimonials. Okay. So let me just go over to Bo's website for a second and you can see the difference. So Bo actually just redid his, but if you notice right up top, this is his Carrot website. He's got testimonials, our company. Let me click on this testimonials. It's got a picture of him. There's a nice little form with a big bright button, so it's easy to opt in. Here's a testimonial of Bo and one of his clients. Okay. At closing, him and Mary, more videos at closing, more videos at closing. This is basically the dream version of having the most credibility. Okay. We go to our company page. What do we see? More testimonials. We have a little bit of history behind his company and what they stand for, what they offer, reliable, hassle-free solutions. Okay. So it's lots of educating and lots of what we would call social proof or testimonials. It is not one simple, clear landing page. Okay. Because like I said, people go down the research rabbit hole and they need to be able to do that. Okay. So lots of information here. We'll get into more examples in a bit, but um, earlier I mentioned that Google algorithm update and Google's EAT, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. That is what all three of these websites are demonstrating. Okay. This is not what it looks like. A long form, no personality, no localization. There's no reviews or testimonials, just a big, long, cumbersome form. This is how you don't get leads. Okay. Besides your reviews and about us page, here's one of these types of content, which I'll dig into pretty shortly here, the different types of content you need to create. But here's an example of content on your site that builds credibility and helps nurture people along through your sales funnel or your marketing funnel. Okay. So selling your house to an investor with a Roseburg real estate agent. This is a real estate agent or hybrid, Troy Schuyler here in Roseburg, Oregon. Okay. Here's a blog post he put up on his Carrot site. And we've seen that blogs aren't huge for generating leads. Not many leads come through blogs, but the website with blogs on them do generate leads at a higher rate. I think it was, I can't remember the number off the top of my head. I don't want to misquote it, but it was a significant rate that leads convert or visitors convert into leads higher when you have blog posts on your website compared to not having quality, robust blog posts. Okay. So I shared with you Bo's website. I want to share this testimonial we got from him a while back last year. He said, if you go to my lead center and Simply Sold, you'll see the newest lead and the seller. She did all her research and she binged all my videos and loved my main video. She cried in her living room and said she thought I was the only one who could help her after watching the video. That's crazy. And that's the power of inbound marketing. Somebody watches your video, they absorb your content, and they are predisposed to want to work with you because people want to do business with people that they build a connection with. It's not about gamifying SEO and having everything exactly right on your website. These things are all important and you should do them and we teach them, but really it's about building real trust and credibility with people online so that when you get them on the phone or you get there in person, they're like, I'm sold. Even if somebody else has a higher offer, I want to go with you. I like you. I trust you. That's how we do business as humans. But sometimes we get so sucked into the weeds of marketing that we forget that. Okay. So don't forget that. It's all about trust and credibility. So the takeaway here is even if you're not doing any evergreen marketing or online marketing or paid ads online, your website should do half of the negotiation for you. All your offline marketing goes to your website, or it should go to your website. Direct mail, postcards, put a QR code on it, go to your website. Got a business card? Obviously, you'd put your website on it. Got a bus stop ad? Put your website on it. TV ad? Drive them to the website and give them a phone number. Everything should be funneling back to your website so they can go down the research rabbit hole. Okay. Okay. So if you're ready to stop losing deals, let me know in the comments. Even if it's painful and you're like, crap, Brady, I don't have a website. This is overwhelming. I don't have a website. I know I need to get one, but I'm losing deals. Let me know in the chat. Say yes or something to let me know you're ready to stop losing deals from not showing up online. Don't make me Google some of y'all on this call. I'll do some live Googling. All right. Let me know in the chat if you're really ready to stop losing deals. I'm going to go on to point number 2. I got to get some water because this is a lot to cram in this workshop. I'm trying to teach y'all everything I know about evergreen marketing, condensed all in about an hour and a half or so. Tony says, yes, indeed. And I appreciate you guys. We appreciate you, Tony. Tony actually went through our 30-day challenge recently at Carrot. So he's just soaking in all the evergreen marketing he can. Went through the 30-day challenge, loved it. And Tony, we're excited to see you getting some results, man. Sweet. Okay, so number 2, get in front of already motivated sellers on Google using 3 types of content. This is the bread and butter of the workshop, and this is the part you need to pay attention to. Tony said 30-day challenge was awesome. Sweet. We're going to show you all at the end how you can get that 30-day challenge basically for free as well. Okay. So the number one thing is something called location pages. This is how you get motivated leads to high intent location pages where people are super motivated. Okay. So instead of talking about this, I'm going to pull up Google and show you a little bit of how this works. So if I go to Google, I type in homes for sale, Roseburg, Oregon. The first thing I'm going to see is a Zillow result. And if you look at this, ignore all this crap down here. If you look at the URL, the web address, you see Zillow.com/Roseburg-OR. Do you think somebody manually made this page? Somebody at Zillow HQ is sitting there going, oh, I got to make a page for Roseburg, Oregon, town of 20, 30,000 people. What are we going to put on this page? No. They figure out a way to automate it and put the right content on the page. Big tech has figured out how to do this a long time ago. Okay. So that's what you get if you type in how to buy a house or homes for sale, Roseburg, Oregon. So if I go to Google and type in something that a motivated seller would type in, this is the most common terms, but there's tons of terms like this. Sell my house fast, Roseburg, Oregon. Okay. Scroll down here. You have some sponsored ads, or you have some agents. It looks like you have somebody's Google My Business popping up, and then we have Anthony Beckham. So Anthony Beckham, if I scroll down right here, it's a Carrot website powered by Carrot. And this isn't a location page. I thought a location page was going to pop up, but this is still a Carrot website. Going to a page called Sell Your House. So sometimes in the examples, you'll get like sell your house or anthonybeckham.com/Roseburg, Oregon. I'll show some other examples too, but Google results are always changing. So I'll find some examples of location pages popping up for search. We'll get into that. But this is what people are searching: how to sell my house fast, insert city and state. Let me try it with Eugene. That's about an hour up the road. Here we go. So here's another website, stewardproperties.com/Oregon/Eugene. These are the location pages. Okay. So Zillow and other large companies are using this strategy. Billion-dollar companies are using this strategy. And so what we've done is we've reverse engineered the strategy. We've been using it for years, and we figured out a way how to make it easier to execute on your website. Okay. So if we go back to the marketing funnel real quick, this is where people are at in this marketing funnel. They're typing things in like how to sell my house fast, cash home buyers near me, cash home buyers, Roseburg, Oregon, and hopefully you're showing up there. Okay, so we have there's Zillow ranking, and then here's a screenshot of basically like a Carrot homepage or somebody's main website. Sell your house fast, and then location pages specific to the areas that they do business in. So this could be a city or a county or a state. Sell your Dallas, Georgia house fast. So if I type in sell my house fast, Dallas, Georgia, they're going to be getting a location page from this person's Carrot website. And that's what we want to be creating with the right content optimized for that location to attract this specific type of lead. Okay. Let me show an example with y'all real quick. So here's another Carrot member, Alex. He's got faircashoffer.com. If I go to his website and scroll down, he's got a lot of credibility, big old form. He's doing a lot of things right on his website. But if I scroll down past all these wonderful reviews, I'm going to find this. So these are all the locations that Alex is doing business in. Okay. And if I click on this, I've got Chesapeake, Norfolk, Virginia Beach. We buy houses in Chesapeake for cash and fast. And if I scroll down through the content, it's going to have all of these mentions of Chesapeake so that when he when somebody's going to Google, typing in sell my house fast Chesapeake, they're getting to this page. Okay. But do you notice the difference? If I take this out and I go back to his homepage, he's targeting Hampton Roads, Virginia, or sometimes people will target the entire state with their homepage. That's pretty common as well. Like, we buy houses in Oregon, we buy houses in Texas. Okay. So I'm not going to get really deep into the weeds of strategy for SEO or search engine optimization, but I'm giving you the high level overview on what types of content you need to create. So he's going after Hampton Roads, Virginia, and then he's got his location pages linked up on the website. Okay, that helps for SEO purposes tremendously. That's what we call internal linking. So anyways, those are the types of pages he's creating. Okay. Let me show you. So I told you Zillow, like, somebody's not sitting there manually creating pages for every little location across the US. They figured out a way to automate it. Well, we did too. I think around the beginning of this year, end of last year. So we call it auto location pages, and it's a stinking sweet tool to where go into your Carrot account, and it's basically going to create a page based off of your homepage and automatically populate it with the right type of content to show up for that location. So what I mean is, let's say you have your care website and you have your homepage that people would visit with testimonials, with the process about how it works, picture of your team, things like that. And you've got all the right types of content on there. If for an auto location page, what I can do is just add a state and then create a page for any location that I want to. So I've created a state page for all of Oregon. So it looks like this. It's just a test website that we threw up pretty quickly. But it's we buy houses in Oregon for cash. Okay. And this is what the homepage of the website looks like. Okay. Haven't done any customization to this. This is honestly, all this is Carrot right out of the box. I launched the website, boom, all of this content is already created for me. Now I just need to go in there and tweak it. Okay. So that is the homepage or a state page. So it'd be like bradybuysHouses.com/Oregon. And then we can do new locations. So if I go to add location, I can do one for different cities or counties in Oregon, like /Oregon/Albany. So if you look at this, it's not showing the full URL because this is just a test website we launched, but it'd be bradybuysHouses.com/Oregon/Albany. And what we have is we buy houses in Albany, Oregon for cash. And if I scroll through the content on here, you're going to find looking to sell your house quickly in Albany, Oregon. Look no further. It's replacing the city and state in all these instances all across this page, and it's customizing it to that location. Okay. So this used to be really manual. You'd usually have to copy and paste everything over, format it, all that. We've made it super easy. So all you have to do is bam, launch your state, launch the locations, and you can build out like 50 location pages in a matter of minutes in work that used to take hours or days, and start generating leads in those different areas. Okay. So that is how location pages work. Yeah. Any questions on that? Let me know in the comments, and I'm going to move along here. Got a question in the comments. Chris Lucas says, how do I establish credibility on my website if I'm new to investing? I have reviews as a realtor, but not for my investing business. So that's a fantastic question, and we get this all the time. What you can do, Chris, still take those, find the testimonials that you have as an agent and use them on their website. We call these credibility reviews, people that are leaving a review, or excuse me, character reviews or character testimonials. Get people to leave reviews based on your character, people that know you and can vouch for you. The same as if you're going to get a job, and let's say you don't have a job, so there's nothing to put on your resume. You're going to have references, essentially reviews of people that can vouch for you and speak to your skills and your character. Leverage those reviews on your website. So, but given that you're already a realtor, you're already an agent, I would use those reviews on your website, and you have the benefit, man, of being hybrid, of being able to offer people multiple options. Okay. So yeah, good question. Use those character testimonials or use them from the agent realtor side of the business on your website for sure. One more question. I'll keep rolling here. Tony says, the ruling from the FCC is a big deal. Do you think that negates PPL as a lead strategy going forward? PPL is pay per lead. I don't think it does negate it. I've talked about this with Andy Kaloji. He runs propertyleads.com. We have him in the Carrot Marketplace. I don't think it's definitely not going away, but I think it may make it more cumbersome for people generating leads. And when that happens, it's going to drive up cost for people doing pay per lead. So I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell, but I do think it will make it more expensive and more difficult to, just to do pay per lead in general. So those are my thoughts. It's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. But the thing is, you don't own the lead source. So anytime you're relying on a lead source that's not yours, that you can't control, it's not as stable as it could be. And I know I'm talking about Evergreen Marketing or SEO, and we don't own Google, but Google in general is pretty stable, as a lead source. Okay. Good questions. Keep them coming. All right. So I want to do something really quick here. I want to go to Google and somebody let me know where you're tuning in from. And I'm going to Google the person's city and see if Carrot pops up. Okay. Reason being, we ran a study a while back to find out how many websites are showing up when people type in the most popular search phrase for motivated sellers, which is sell my house fast, insert city and state. We actually ran this again recently and found that it was somewhere around 50%. It was like 47 to 51% of these top rankings for Sell My House Fast are Carrot websites. It was 47% of number one rankings, and I think it was 51% of like all rankings in general were Carrot websites. They're dominating search results. Okay. So somebody give me a location. Okay. Got a couple. Let's try one out. Sell My House Fast, Waldorf, Maryland. Okay. Let's see what pops up. The House Guys, DC. Want to sell your house in Waldorf. Pay no agent fees. We buy houses for cash. Okay. Let me scroll down. Okay. This is my friend Andy. I know this website. That's what I was just talking about with property leads. Powered by Carrot. There's a Carrot website in the number one ranking spot. Okay. Going to do one more since that one was pretty fast. St. Petersburg, Florida. Whoops. I like to do this because I feel like it's an honest test if what I'm saying is true. So you guys know I'm not full of crap, just up here planning a bunch of things. We do this in real time to see what pops up. Okay. Sell My House Fast. Oops. No, I did. St. Petersburg, Florida. Same results. Number one result, We Buy Home Spinellas. Looks like it very well could be a Carrot site because I'm familiar with the aesthetic of some of them. This guy. Powered by Carrot. Boom. SEO by 717 home buyers. So it's a Carrot website dominating Google. So I show you that just to show you I'm not making this stuff up on the fly. This is the tool that people are using to get results for the most motive. If I bring this up, some of y'all might be thinking, if others are using Carrot already, or why use Carrot if others are already ranking with Carrot? Like, doesn't that make it harder? Here's what I have to say about this. Okay. Number one, credibility. So when someone's going down the research rabbit hole, they don't always just click on only the number one ranking. Sometimes they might click lower. Sometimes they click on multiple rankings to do the research and choose who they want to work with. Different flavors, different types, different value propositions. Not everyone has the same business model. But at the end of the day, it's about credibility. People want to work with people. Sellers want to work with people that they know, like, and trust. And so you have an opportunity to win people's hearts over through your website, like I talked about earlier. It's all about credibility. Number two, conversion and your offline marketing. It's not all about rankings. We have tons of people using Carrot websites, and all they're doing is driving all their direct mail traffic or their TV ads or their radio ads or they're doing Facebook ads, Google PPC. Lots of people just driving all of their other marketing efforts to their current website because they know it converts and they don't have to fuss with it, like keeping up with another, like a WordPress website or another platform that's, cumbersome, or the worst, oversimplified. Okay. So it's not just about the rankings. Number 3, there's a whole bunch of different search phrases. It's kind of like if NASCAR, if you had multiple people that could take first place, because I'm showing the results for sell my house fast, but there's how to sell a house in probate, St. Petersburg, Florida. Maybe you're targeting tired landlords online. Can I evict a tenant? How soon can I evict a tenant in Portland, Oregon? Search terms like that. So those are just like a couple examples, but there's tons of different search terms out there. Sell my house fast definitely is the most common, has the most volume, but there's lots of different niche ones that people are closing deals from. I heard of one a couple weeks ago. One of our members in Florida, Chris and Rosangela, closed a deal from a keyword that was something like, can I sell my house while my husband is in prison in Florida? Very long, very natural search phrase. Could have come from a voice search, like maybe they just, hey Siri, can I blah, blah, blah. And they found the person's care website and they ended up turning that into a deal. It was a 6-figure deal. That's just crazy. Okay. So there's all sorts of niche, different phrases that people are Googling to land on care websites. Okay. So it's not always about that one keyword or that number one ranking spot. Okay. So speaking of keywords, I want to show you all how to do just like a 2-minute run through of what keyword research looks like. You could spend forever getting into the weeds of keyword research. I'm just going to show you some stuff to get your creative juices flowing and to hopefully spark some creativity. So when we're doing keyword research, the way you do it is you go onto your care website, and there's other tools that are out there that can do this, but we make it, easier in the care app. So what I can do is I go into Carrot's Keyword Explorer in my account and type in my website. So let's say my website is, I'm going to use one of our members, Keith, for example. I shared his testimonial earlier, kindhousebuyers.com. I'm going to type it into the Keyword Explorer and I can see what keywords I'm ranking for. So the number one keyword that this website's ranking for is kind house buyers. Remember when I told you you'll need to be showing up when people Google your business name? This is happening. And look at, so here's the position. He's number one in Google for this, which is good because that's his business. Excuse me. An estimated 90 people a month searching for kind house buyers. And here's the difficulty scores. You can see how difficult it is to, potentially rank for that. And then how much of the traffic to your website is coming from that term. If you look at it, 60% of the traffic to his website is searching that one keyword. A lot of people that are going to be finding your website are searching for your business name or just going to it directly if they remember the website, the full URL. Okay. And then he's got Sell My House Fast Tacoma, Sell My House Fast Tacoma, Washington, all these different terms, very specific to his area. We buy junk mobile homes, Washington squatter rights, buy my house as is for cash, all these different terms. Okay. And the cool thing is you can just hit plus on here and then track that keyword within your Carrot account. So you can pick the keywords that are most important to you. We'll teach you how to do keyword research in our trainings, but then track those keywords in your Carrot account. Okay. Here's where it gets fun. So if I want to do competitor research, so Keith is in Tacoma, Washington. I have the URL of another house buyer in Tacoma area. Take your competitor's URL, plug it into the Keyword Explorer, hit search, and then boom, you can track your competition and see the terms that they're ranking for. So a lot of the same terms. Looks like Keith is beating them out. He's put some more work into his content and optimizing it, but you can one, see what they're ranking for so you can get ideas how to beat them out, but you can also read between the lines and see the things that they are not ranking for that you can go after. Okay. So I think that's super fun. Really easy way to track your competitors. And then you can create location pages. So like, let's say if I launch my website in Washington and I don't have a location page for Tacoma yet, I can just go use the auto location page tool like I showed you, the auto location tool, and I can just create a location page for Tacoma, Washington, or Seattle, whatever I want. Okay. So that's a little bit about how to do keyword research at a super high level. Okay. All right. So that was number one, and that is the longest. So we're still on the 3 types of content you need to create to generate leads online. This is number 2. I'm going to kind of move through this a little faster, but that one is location pages is one of the most important ones. Number 2 is these niche, what we call authority blogs. So like I mentioned, these are lower search volume. There's not a lot of leads directly coming from these blog posts, but it's more about positioning yourself as an authority on specific topics that are really high intent. And to be fair, you still can close deals. We still do have people close deals from blog posts, but they're really high intent, specific questions that people are searching. Okay, so we call these topic clusters or niche authority blogs. A quick little sentiment here from HubSpot. According to a HubSpot study, articles with a word count of 2,250 to 2,500 words saw the highest organic traffic. They also resulted in higher engagement and social shares. This was from a study that HubSpot did across a bunch of different websites to see what it takes to rank and who's getting the most traffic. The takeaway is that robust, long format content ranks and converts better than short content, and people stay on the page longer. They're able to go down the research rabbit hole more so than short or what we call thin content. Okay. So like I mentioned, y'all know this if you've been in real estate investing, but people are making a massive decision. You need long, robust content to answer people's questions. Okay. So let me go back. What this looks like. You have long form niche pillar pages or a topic page. Maybe it's how to sell your house in probate. And then you have supporting blog posts underneath that dive into the different topics, basically subtopics of that blog post. So we created a tool called the Niche Authority Builder where it does this for you. So all the content's already written. Basically, you pick your topic, it launches a page, and then it launches a bunch of supporting posts or supporting topics on that one main topic, and then links them to each other. So it basically drastically reduces the amount of time you are spending creating content from scratch because you can just go in and launch it at the click of a button and then make it unique, optimize it for SEO, localize it, things like that. But rather than talking about, let me show you a quick example here. Okay. So if I go in here and I go, let's see, let me get my bearings. Okay. So if I go to pages, niche topic pages, I'm going to add a new page. It's going to ask me, do I want to create a standard page or do I want a niche topic page? Oh no, I hit the max on my test account. Okay, let me go back here. Well, that's okay. I'll save y'all some time. I'll just show you what the blog posts look like here. So if I go to my niche topic pages, I have, here's some of the posts that it created for me the last time I ran through this. So can I sell my home if it's in foreclosure in Oregon? Okay, that's a niche topic page. We have everything you need to know about selling a house with unpermitted work in Oregon. Okay, how to sell a rental property with tenants in Portland, Oregon. And then selling a fire damaged house in Portland, Oregon. Selling an inherited property, selling a house in probate in Portland, Oregon. All these different supporting topics that link up to one main topic. Okay. So that's a little bit about how the Niche Authority Builder works and how you can quickly create blog posts that all tie back to one main topic so that you can generate more leads and get people to convert at a higher rate versus if they weren't able to go down that research rabbit hole. Okay. Sorry, I hit my limit on my test account. Maybe once we're done, I'll pull it up and show y'all later, but you get the idea. launch blog posts and launch a page with supporting blog posts at the click of a button. Choose your topic. We've got a bunch of different topics in there to choose from. If you're targeting like motivated sellers or maybe tired landlords, things like that, how to sell a house during probate, during divorce, all these different topics, choose it, launches the content, then you go and edit it. Okay. So that's the second type of content, is the niche authority content. The third one, and a lot of y'all are not going to like this, but videos. Got to stop being afraid to get on camera if you want to crush it. If you add video to your site and a visitor starts the video, the conversion rate on average goes up over 30%. And if the client or the visitor watches the full video, the conversion rate goes up on average over 80% versus those who did not watch video. So if you want to win in 2024, video testimonials is a way to do it. And the cool thing is, it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to be good on camera. Just hold up your cell phone, turn on your iPhone in selfie mode, and at the closing table, say, "Hey, John, this is Brady with Brady Buys Houses. You recently sold your house to us. What would you have to say about the experience? Or would you mind telling people what it was like working with us? Oh, yeah. Why'd you choose us over somebody else? How fast were we able to close?" Things like that. So just get it, on your cell phone and put that video on YouTube, put it on your care website, and that's how you're going to win more deals. Okay. So if you haven't done any video yet, I'd start with your about video, a how it works video, and case studies. So again, testimonials. So short video about us and how the process works, and then case studies or testimonials. For the few of you who are really interested in video and who are actually going to start executing this, I put together a video marketing playbook with 52 different ideas that you can shoot videos from, scripts, how to get started, the whole 9 yards. It's free. Just go to carrot.com/video, put in your email, and we'll email you the guide. So check that out if you are serious about getting into video. I highly recommend that. Okay. One more thing on video content. This is where this is where most people go wrong with video content. So most people, when they do video content, they'll do a video and they'll put it on YouTube, or they'll put it on their website, one of the two, and they'll say, "Okay, cool. Got that video done. Check the box." You can get more juice out of that video. It can go a lot further for you. And here's how you do it. So put that video on YouTube, go into your Carrot account, and go create what we call a video post. It's going to automatically take the transcription from that video and create a blog post based on the transcript of that video. Okay. So it's going to take your video and turn it into written content. So just to show you an example of how this works, if I go to Google and I type in Roseburg co-work space, what I'm going to find is this right here, Roseburg co-working space. A few years ago, this is like 5 years. Yeah. Over 5 years ago, our CEO, Trevor, and I shot a video just as a proof of concept to show people how easy it can be to get content to rank with the video post tool. Now, disclaimer, this is a, co-workspace Roseburg, Oregon is very not competitive. It's a lower volume. It's very specific, small market, but we wanted to show people just how easy it was, at this level. So we shot the video, put it in YouTube, made a video post, didn't edit any of it, just let Carrot do its thing. Put a couple links in here, and about 3 to 6 months later, it was on page 1, and within a year, it was the number 1 term for co-work space, Roseburg, Oregon. If I were to, and we did that like in less than an hour, it's crazy. But if we were to really do this right for a more competitive term, we got serious about it, we would do we would do the proper headings in here. We'd do our keyword research to see, okay, if they're Googling co-work space in Roseburg, Oregon, what are some of the other terms? shared office space. So we'll start to use that word in our content, or what Google calls entities. They might be searching for things like commercial office space in Roseburg, Oregon. So maybe I'll have a section here that talks about your different options, co-work space options in Roseburg, Oregon. But anyways, we talked about those things through the video so that they show up in the transcript. Get the transcript up, boom, and now you have the basis for what should become a blog post that's robust and optimized. Okay, so that's the third type of content, video. I want to share a quick testimonial from one of our care members who's doing a lot of video and who's seeing really good traction with her care website. She says, we're closing at least 3 deals a month from our care site. The leads we get from SEO and our care site are consistently the best, most motivated leads. The conversion rate is better than any of our marketing channels, and they take less time, energy, and resources to close. We're closing at least 3 deals a month from our care site. And the beautiful thing about these leads is the longer we've had our site, the cheaper the cost gets. Care is a total no-brainer. And so that is the difference when people are looking for you. Those 3 types of content are going to create the leads that are the most motivated leads. Okay. So let me show you some quick numbers real quick before we jump on to the next section. Like I said, quality over quantity. How much do you value your time, and how much time do you want to spend chasing leads? So we ran the numbers across our members, and on average, this is what we found: how many leads it takes to turn into a deal. So with cold calling, typically it takes about 1 in 50 leads to turn into a deal. TV, about 1 in 50 as well. Can be lower. We've seen 1 in 20, 1 in 30 if done right and funneling back to a website. A lot of variables. Direct mail, 1 in 40-ish. Facebook, 1 in 25. Google ads, 1 in 15, sometimes closer to the 1 in 12. SEO, about 1 in 10 leads to a deal. I've even seen people on average about 6 or 8 leads to a deal, which is just crazy. It's not crazy, but it's impressive. Okay. So about 1 in 10 leads turns into a deal with Carrot. I don't know about you, but I've cold called. I've done other marketing methods. I don't want to chase 50 leads and follow up with 50 leads. I want 10 motivated leads. I've even talked to some people that are like, I'm not going on an appointment unless I know I can close it. They're going on a couple or a handful of appointments to close one deal, which is awesome. So think about that. Think about how much time do you want to spend marketing and following up with the leads that you're doing. That's what we found. All right. Okay. Before I jump into the next section, 3 out of 4, let me know yes if you're ready to close a bunch of deals by doing this. If this is exciting to you, if this is content that you're willing to put out, and this is something you think you can do, it's not complicated. Let me know yes in the comments. Okay. All right. Okay. So a lot of questions about AI. Here's how you can accelerate some of this content with using AI. Okay. So awesome. Chris Lucas says, yes. Thanks, Chris. Does Google like AI generated content? We all want to know, how can we make content faster? Does Google like it? Okay. Here's what they have to say. At Google, we've long believed in the power of AI to transform the ability to deliver helpful information. I'll skip along here. The consensus was right here. Our focus on the quality of content rather than how the content is produced is a useful guide that has helped us deliver reliable, high quality results to users for years. Google's rankings rewards content that has high expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So in other words, they're not as concerned about the tool. They're concerned about the final outcome of the product. What is it, or of the content? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? Is it helpful? Is it something that you yourself, a real human being, would want to read? Does a motivated seller actually get value from it? And especially now with voice search and AI answers in search, is it formatted in a way that's easy for people to get the answer faster? And for search engines to pull the answer from your content. So Are you using tables of contents? Are you breaking up the content so it's visually interesting, so it's formatted well? Are you using bullet points and checklists? Are you using a Q&A style format in your content? Or is it just one massive wall of, size 12 text that looks boring as all get out? Are you adding local images to it? Make sure that your content it's real meat, that it's real quality, and it's formatted in a way that's easy to digest. These are the things that we focus on within Carrot when we create the content. So there's images and there's forms placed in the right spot. So it's broken up. It's easier to digest, easier for search engines to pick up. Okay. So in short, Google doesn't really care about how you make it. They care about the quality. The key is you want it to be recognized as human generated content. You can take your website or content from a site, throw it into, we found one called writer.com, but go to Google and type in AI human generated content checker, something like that. And it'll tell you, roughly if it's human generated content or not. Okay. And you want to aim for as high as possible. I'd say at least over 91%, 90 to 100%. Okay. For it to show up in Google, I mean. So a couple do's and don'ts. You do want to use AI to generate ideas, obviously. You do want to use specific prompts when creating content, which I'll give you the slide deck in a few minutes that covers some really specific prompts. You do want to use AI to assist in writing, to save you a bunch of time to do things like first drafts. And do want to make sure it's detected as, I said 91, I meant to say 98% human generated content. And you still want to lead with your brand voice, your personality, and real connection with real people. It should sound like you. We've all come across Facebook posts or blog articles, whatever, where you read it and you're like, it seems a little bit off. They probably used AI, but didn't put much work into it, but didn't edit it or proof it or give the right prompt. Okay. So what you don't want to do is create mass articles, just copy and paste AI articles, just 100% based off AI. Don't do that. Not good for anyone. Don't let AI water down your brand voice, that personality that you have. Don't let it water down your personal touch. And also don't ignore AI for content, SEO, and marketing in 2024. Okay. So we came up with a thing called the AI content rewrite tool, but why the heck does this even matter? Because a lot of the content I showed you, whether it's, our blog posts with Carrot or blog posts or your homepage with Carrot, your about page, you want to make it unique to you. We'll give you the baseline, but you still need to make the content unique and personalize it. So we recommend making your content at least 50% unique. And one quick, easy way to do that is to have AI rewrite it for you. So we realized, okay, we're asking people to do work. They got to rewrite the content, and people say, okay, well, that's cool that you give me the content, but if I need to rewrite it so it's unique in Google's eyes, then I still got to spend all this time. So that's why we came out with the AI content rewrite tool, which is based off ChatGPT. We trained our own GPT, but it's specific to real estate and it's specific to Carrot, so it knows what to say. And you don't have to go in and out of ChatGPT or copy and paste. Basically, at the click of a button, you can rewrite content in Carrot and see the before and after. So here's a stock Carrot blog post. What it really costs to sell your house in Roseburg, Oregon. If I come in here and I just click on this, I'm going to hit this AI button and I'm going to say rewrite text now, and it's going to rewrite this block of text. By the time I drink a sip of water, it's going to give me the original version and the new version. What I really like about this is that you can see them right next to each other, so you can compare. Okay, if you don't like it, try the rewrite again, and it's going to spit you out another version. But going through and rewriting sections of these, so you rewrite at least 30 to 50% of the content, that's going to make it unique. And then if you really want, you can use one of the checkers, like I mentioned, to see if it's being checked as human generated content or not. But I would use the AI rewrite tool to rewrite the content for you. Okay. And hit confirm rewrite, and boom, it picked it. And then go in and add your own personal touch. Make it in your voice and tone. Put in pictures from your local market. Do things to make the content unique and helpful to people. Okay. So that is how to use AI in your content. Let me know if that's helpful. Like I mentioned at the end of this call, I'll be giving away the prompt deck or the the slide deck, excuse me, the Chat GPT slide deck in just a little bit. But yeah, let me know if that's helpful. AI content rewrite tool, awesome tool we made. Rewrites paragraph by paragraph. It's our own custom prompt engine. It keeps the short code in there. So that thing you see where it says Market City, like Roseburg, Oregon, it's going to keep that in there. So you don't have to manually go and replace all the locations. That matters for SEO. And when we've tested it, we've seen high human detected scores with the rewrites. Okay. Sweet. Okay. Let me know if that was helpful. Moving on to key number 4. Okay. I'm going to blaze through this one pretty quick. This might not be for everyone. You do need a marketing budget to do this. But this is just one of the best ways that we've seen to get inbound leads online. So you can supplement your evergreen marketing while you work on creating your content, getting your website up and running. Okay. All right. So let me introduce you to our friend Marco Padilla. Marco Padilla, awesome investor out of Miami, Florida. And he uses Carrot primarily for Google PPC. This Google pay-per-click. Those are the sponsored search results you see at the top of Google. Usually 1, 2 to 5 sponsored search results. He's primarily just doing that and driving those to his Carrot site. Now, I recommend having multiple marketing methods for a stable business. Y'all know this. Omnipresent marketing is the way to go. But some people, maybe they just want to have one marketing method and crank that until it dries up and then move on to the next one. But for Marco, he's been running PPC ads predictably for a long time using our strategy. Okay. So Marco said we switched from cold calling to online being our main deal source. Last month, we put 10 properties under contract from Google PPC. That's crazy. 10 properties under contract from Google PPC. Okay. The thing about PPC is that once you launch a PPC campaign, you can start getting leads in days or weeks. Okay. Obviously, it takes time for Google to learn, for the algorithm to develop and mature, and it takes time to start getting the best leads, but you can start getting leads fast where SEO can take weeks and months or longer too to get ranked for specific really high volume popular search terms. Okay. So SEO takes time. Remember, you're stacking bricks so that it pays off over the long term. PPC, you can get leads in the door fast. Okay. So for those of you who want to do PPC, we get this question a lot. Like, I guess not even a question, but like, hey, I don't want to do PPC. It's too expensive. Like the leads are just too much, or I don't know if I have the money to spend on PPC. It's just kind of overwhelming. What do I do? The thing is, you need to treat it based on a math-based approach and not emotion. You need to do math-based marketing, not emotionally based marketing. Okay. So here's how we figure out a budget or how much we can afford to spend per lead if we're going to do Google PPC to try and get a deal. Okay. So let's say you need your average profit per deal. And feel free to do this with me. I'm going to run through it real quick just so you can kind of get over the emotion of spending large amounts of money on paid ads. But if someone's doing your PPC right, let's say you get $20,000 average profit per deal from a wholesale flip, whatever. I want to divide that by 4. Now, why 4? I want a 4-to-1 ROI on all my marketing efforts. You can get by with a 2-to-1. If I gave you $50 and you gave me 100, I trade $50 for $100 all day. But in order for the marketing to be scalable, as you grow your team, you get more overhead. Ideally, a lot of people want to shoot for around 4-to-1 ROI. Some people 7-to-1 ROI. Okay, so we divide that $20,000 by 4. So let's say I can afford to spend $5,000 per deal. That's how much I can spend to acquire a deal. Now, next step is we take that $5,000 and we divide it by the number of leads to turn into a deal. This is why it's really important to track your KPIs to know how many leads it takes to close a deal based on the marketing source. If you don't have it dialed in, go with your gut. You probably know the number, but I use 10 for if your PPC campaign is going really well. Okay. So say 10 to 15. So I divide that $5,000 per deal by 10 leads, and that's going to give me I was going to say 500 grand. I wish $500 is the max cost per lead. So I can spend $500 on a lead. Now, if I said, hey, do you want to give me $500 for this lead? It's like, that sounds expensive right off the bat. But if I said, hey, do you want to trade me 5 grand for 20 grand? You say, well, heck yeah. I'll give you 5 grand if you give me 20 grand. So that's a super quick, easy way to figure out your marketing budget. Step 1, determine your max cost per deal. Step 2, determine your max cost per lead. Know your KPIs and you can know what you can afford to spend on marketing. That's critical if you're doing any sort of paid ads. Okay. All right. So let me know, heck yes, if you want leads fast, if this sounds interesting. If not, that's okay too. If you got other marketing that's working, that's cool. If you just want to go all in on Evergreen, work on your SEO, that's cool too. But if you're interested in this, let me know. I'm genuinely curious. Let me show you a couple other things just because I'm going to show you all how you can get these, get PPC campaigns, Google ad campaigns like this up and running much faster, just a heck of a lot faster. So here is a campaign that Brendan on our team has ran. He runs our internal PPC for Carrot and for a lot of other Carrot members. Here's the conversion rates that we're seeing on some of these. 22%, 24%, 19% conversion rates for a Google PPC campaign. These are super high conversion rates, okay? And the next, here's some of the keywords that we're targeting. Cash offer home buyers, companies that buy houses, fast home buyers, we buy ugly houses, okay? These are some of the keywords that people are going after. I'm telling you this because it'll tie into a little treat I have for you guys in just a sec. All right, so don't forget this. Another tip, if you're doing Google pay-per-click, you need a fast website. And this is one of the reasons why we really press page speed at Carrot, where we're always testing, making our websites fastest, the fastest in the industry. We've proven this with data. Your website needs to be fast. If you're driving to a slow, clunky website, you're at risk of losing leads, okay? Especially if, people are clicking a few of these sponsored ads in Google. They don't have the patience to wait for something to load. We all have our own internal thing. We're sitting there, if it hasn't popped up, okay, back on to the next one. We don't have the patience for it. So make sure your website is fast and not clunky, okay? So page speed matters, especially if you're doing any sort of paid marketing, okay? One other thing I want to show you real quick, just on the note of PPC, is our campaign tracking links. Here's another little thing we've developed just to make your tracking your marketing easier. So some of you have heard these called UTMs, tracking link for marketing. You can go find a spreadsheet. You can make your own UTMs, put in all the different terms, and then use that link. So when somebody clicks it, you have that data within Google. We've basically simplified all of that and made it so that you can just go in here, make a new tracking link, give it a name, and tell it where the lead is coming from, like what page or what link do they click on. Okay, am I using this link in email or PPC ad? And okay, is that PPC ad for, which one of these things is it for? Okay, it's a Google PPC ad. Boom, create campaign link. And then you give that link to Google, and then that makes it so that whenever you come into your Carrot website, you can see how many leads, how many clicks and how many leads you're generating from some of these things. Okay, so just one tool we've made to make it easier if you're running Google ads. All right. So before I wrap up this section, a few tips on if you're running Google ads. Number one, always use tracking links. Always use campaign tracking links so you know where your leads are coming from. Number two, make sure to send them to what we call a hub or your website, not a landing page. They need to be able to go down the research rabbit hole. We've heard this debated over and over, but we've tested it and we've seen that leads more often turn into a deal with driving them to homepage of your Carrot website or a landing page on your Carrot website. I noticed I said not a landing page. What I mean is not one landing page, really clean and simple, that doesn't have the rest of your website attached to it. You can use a landing page on your Carrot website, but give them the opportunity to explore your company. Okay. Have a big form on top with a big colorful button, and then have that be on your website. Okay. not just a landing page. Landing pages in general don't show the credibility that's needed for these big decisions that people are making. Okay. Number 3, math over emotion. When it comes to marketing, make decisions based off math, not emotion. And yeah, that's about it. Those are the tips for if you're doing Google ads. Okay. So we take a deep breath. I know I've gone over a lot in this workshop. Let me know if you have any questions, and then I'm going to show you guys a sweet killer offer that we have available only for people watching this workshop. So before I move on to that, the question I want to ask you is, how many leads are you okay with losing this year from an underperforming website? If you don't have, if you're not with Carrot, if you're not sending out a line, or even worse, if you don't have a website at all, how many deals are you okay with losing from people going to Google, searching for your business name? Is that $5, $10, $20, $100,000? What is one deal worth to you versus the cost of getting up online? Okay. I want to show you took these screenshots before I went live of the back end of a few different Carrot websites, members websites, where I blurred out the contact information. But here's from 3 different sized markets, some of the leads that people are generating when they followed our training and they did Evergreen Marketing well. This person right here, 3 leads this past week, 11 in the month, and over 700 since they launched their Carrot website. If I zoom in here, yeah, it's not going to let me on the workshop. Anyways, if you look here, you can see where these leads came from. This one came directly to the website, directly to it. This one came from a Google search. This one came from a Google search, and it shows you what page they're coming from. But 11 leads this past month. So that's on average about 1 deal a month for this Carrot member. Okay. Because they followed our training and did Evergreen Marketing correctly. Here's another one, 6 leads this past week, 37 in the past month, and over 1,000 all time. This is for in the top 5 ranking in a large market. I think this one was San Antonio. So they're ranking in the top 5 in San Antonio. They're getting about 37 leads a month, which is 1 to 3 deals a month for most people, maybe more. Okay. Here's another one. I think this one was Washington, maybe 8 leads this past week. They might be closing a deal a week. Okay. And 1,800 leads all time. Google search, they're driving traffic via Facebook. Some of them direct, going directly to the website, but those are the types of leads that people are getting. Okay. So I've showed you Evergreen Marketing at a high level, the different types of content to create, how to stop losing deals online, how to get online. The decision you have to make is, do you want to do it the old way? You want to do it alone? Do it trial and error and piecemeal together a website on your own? Or do you want to do it the new way, which is with Carrot, partner with us for proven results? So I told you guys I had something for you. This is a special offer I want to give you and show you what we have included to get Carrot at a really big savings compared to going in anywhere else outside this workshop. Okay. So the old way we used to be forced to do this before Carrot was you'd have to build a custom website from scratch, which means you're coming up with the strategy, what pages to create, all those location pages, all those blogs that I talked about, thinking about what do I need on my website. So mapping it all out. You're hiring a web developer to build all of that for you, to piece it together, the code, the aesthetic. You're writing the content. So again, paying the web developer or content writer, hiring an SEO firm, which with Carrot, if you want to do Evergreen Marketing, you still need to put in some sweat equity. Hear me on that. You need to put in some sweat equity if you want to rank. We make it a lot easier and faster versus doing it from scratch with other methods. But you can do it yourself, your own sweat equity, or you can hire out an SEO firm with us. But in general, if you don't have the tools that Carrot has, you're going to be paying an SEO firm a lot more outside Carrot, okay, or an agency. Buying plugins. You don't need to buy extra plugins with Carrot. Get separate web hosting. Web hosting is included with Carrot. You get your domain somewhere else, tie it to your Carrot website. We have the fastest, most reliable, secure hosting in our industry, bar none. Okay. So get your web hosting. Going to have to get other software to make it work. Tie things together, zaps here and there. fix hacks and spam that comes to your website. What happens when your website does get hacked by someone? You're on the hook for dealing with it. That doesn't happen with Carrot. So in general, your upfront cost, this is very realistic, is between 5 and 16 grand to do it right. I say 16, interesting number, because I've heard of members actually spending $16,000. Generally about 5 to 10 grand though to build a custom website from scratch. And then you got to hope that you or the person building it knows about content marketing and knows about conversion and has done tests to see what works on a page. How do I get visitors to convert into leads at a high predictable rate? Okay. And you got to hope that all goes well. And then unless you want to pay your web developer every month, you're still on the hook for retaining it. And you don't have the tools that Kira has to make it easier with Evergreen Marketing. So that's the old school way. That's the way we used to have to do it. Okay. Plus hundreds of hours being put in the website to do it right. All right. Or you can partner with us and take out the guesswork. Okay. So that's what I would recommend, obviously. But let me show you the deal I have going with y'all and kind of walk you through some of the different tools that we have put together in this bundle, in this special, just for y'all watching this once a month or so workshop that we do. Okay. First thing we're going to give you is 4 months of Carrot. So with Carrot, we have a base subscription, and then you can mix and match or stack on the tools that you need with it. So we'll give you 4 months of Carrot. That's about $350, $356 in real value. So 4 months of Carrot, 4 months of our premium designs. A couple of the websites I showed you were built on our premium designs, a little bit more modern, a little bit higher converting than our standard designs. So we'll give you that add-on. It's $116 value. We're going to give you our SEO tools. So our Keyword Explorer and things like that are included in the SEO tools. So if you're serious about SEO and you want to generate leads through Evergreen Marketing, instead of only using it to drive offline leads, use the SEO tools. You're going to get those features in there. So you could do your keyword research inside Carrot without having to go get another tool and pay for another tool. Okay. We're going to give you our content tools. So our AI rewrite tool, our automated blog posts, our niche authority blogs. Some of the things I mentioned here are covered in that content tools add-on. That alone is $116 value as well. Okay. We're also going to give you our 30-day challenge. Tony in here earlier said the 30-day challenge was awesome. Tony just got done going through this. He's in our Facebook group, had great things to say, and he has a website that he's proud of and that he's continuing to add content to. So 30-day challenge basically is the fastest way to get up and off the ground with Carrot and get in the right mindset to execute what we teach. Okay. It's going to give you bite-sized action items each and every day to get your website off the ground. And just to be clear, Tony, you can probably vouch for this, but getting a Carrot website up and launched is quick. I did one the other day just to test it out, another one, and I did it in under 20 minutes. If I was really pushing like 10 minutes, you can get it up in 20 minutes, and then afterwards buy a separate domain and we'll help you attach it to it. But launch a website specific to the type of lead that you want to generate. So if I want to generate wholesale leads as a wholesaler, motivated seller leads, I'm going to choose that type of website. So based on the type of leads you want to generate, pick that website, get it up and running fast. So it doesn't take 30 days to launch a Carrot website, but this is basically a primer so we can help you get in the right mindset and help you start creating content, doing things like getting testimonials, getting citations online, getting your Google business profile up and running, things like that. So we walk you through a lot of that in the 30-day challenge, okay, with you. We're going to give you that training in this offer I have. Secondly, our 3 lead per day training. I think, Tony, you mentioned that you were starting this, but this is our in-depth training on SEO, search engine optimization, and paid ads. So we'll go over SEO, Google PPC ads, things like really in-depth training on Google business profiles, how to launch them, how to optimize them, things like that. Very in-depth training. And this is what people use to generate leads, to learn how to generate leads through Evergreen Marketing. That's, I'd say, a $500 value. We sell it for $100 as a member, but the amount of value easily worth at least $500, crammed into this training. Next, we're going to give you our Google Ads, $1.2 million Google Ads campaign. We say $1.2 million because it's generated that much for one of our members. those screenshots I showed you earlier with the different keywords and the conversion rates, those were from a Google Ads campaign, from this Google Ads campaign. So you can kind of think of this like a starter campaign. It's not going to be the end all be all, like just click it, upload it, and you're never touch it again. This is basically getting started with Google Ads. So you're giving, it's literally a file. We'll give you this file, upload it into your Google Ads Manager account, and it knows what keywords to go after and all the different details to go after motivated seller leads. So we'll give you that campaign to help get you off the ground running with Google Ads, go into your care website. That's easily, let's say we probably undervalued that, worth more than $400, but we'll give you the Google Ads campaign so you can start generating leads through PPC. Okay. And then a few other tidbits. So that's the bulk of it, but a few other fun things we threw in just to make it a no-brainer for you and a really high value. We have a lead conversion masterclass, which is basically sales negotiation training that we put on with Investor Fuse, the company that's now part of Carrot, with industry leaders, all about how to do sales negotiation at a really high level. Okay, so sales negotiation masterclass, they sell that. Investor Fuse sells that for $1,000. It's a little bit older, but it's still super relevant. Really good content in there. And then one of our trainings from Trevor's Epic coaching program. Trevor, our CEO, runs an Epic coaching program, which is in the ballpark of $1,000 a month. And we've pulled out one of the trainings called a marketing momentum builder, which basically teaches you how to look at marketing from a holistic level. Nerd out on marketing with Trevor. We're giving you one of those trainings in here for free, just to make it a no-brainer. So everything in here, 4 months of Carrot, 4 months of our premium designs, 4 months of our SEO tools add-on, our 4 months of our content tools add-on, access to our next 30-day challenge, which starts the first week of September. Okay. Our 3 lead per day training you'll get access to. You'll get access to our Google Ads campaign, lead conversion masterclass, and the marketing momentum workshop from Trevor. Total value of this all at about $3,499, $3,500 with Carrot included, and with our Google Ads campaign. Oh, sorry. There's a lot of build up here. I'm being dramatic. Let me read you a quick review on this, on the 3 leads per day training, just so you can have a little bit more context. This came from our friend Jerry. He said, I followed the SEO training and got my website to page 1 for my keywords in 6 months. I now get over 200 leads per month organically. None of those are direct or from paid search. He's generating over 200 leads a month from, I believe, 2 or 3 different websites from the training he did, the 3 leads per day training he did in Carrot, which is just phenomenal. Okay. So that's evergreen marketing when you execute it to the nines. Okay. Anyways, that's all the stuff we're going to give you. We've jam-packed it in there, and we back it with a 30-day guarantee. If for any reason it's not a fit for us or a fit for you, just let us know and we'll happily refund your money. It's usually not the case for a lot of people, but just let us know and make it hassle-free if you don't like it. So we're trying to get rid of the risk for you. So check that out at carrot.com/grow. Value $3,500. We'll give it to you for under $700. Like I said, this is the best deal you can get. Within Carrot, we offer it exclusively on this workshop for y'all. So check it out at carrot.com/grow. And if you have any questions on any of the content I went over or anything in the offer, whether you're a member or not, it's applicable for you. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat, and I'd love to help you out. But yeah, in general, you launch your website in under 5 minutes with Carrot. If you're really rushing through it, choose the type of site you want for the types of leads you want to generate, and then implement the plan. Get in the course, get in the training. I know I dove through this at a very high level and kind of blazed through some of it at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but get in the training, spend some time in there, learn how to get those evergreen marketing leads and get more deals from your Carrot website. Okay. So that's the deal we have going for y'all. Real quick, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, put them in the chat. While you do that, I'm going to play a really quick video from one of our members here, Adam, out of Dallas, Texas. I think I showed you his website earlier. So I'm going to roll this from Adam, and let me know if you have any questions in the chat. I'll be back in just a sec. Okay.
We did a little bit of everything. At the end of the year, we closed one deal. My wife, she was not real happy. And she's like, what have you even spent? And I said, I don't know. She's like, go figure it out, because I want to see it. And I gave her the bad news, and it was 40 grand for that year. And she's like, hold on, we got to rethink our strategy, and it's just not working. So I quit doing everything, all the marketing, everything. And we started a brand new site. By the time the summer came around, we started to generate some leads. They were actually motivated sellers. So we did 6 in 2019, and still, not nearly as many leads as we wanted to come in, but we knew we were on the right track. Our rankings kept climbing. Now we're starting to see 8 leads a month SEO, and that was kind of our average. And we know those are the best leads. So, we were closing 1, sometimes 2 of those 8. We're ranking 1 or 2 for 3 or 4 keywords now, the best ones in town. We added on PPC, and then we added Facebook in April. So right now we're sitting at, 40 to 45 leads a month. But it all kind of ties together. We got to have the site, right? So we know that the quality of leads are fantastic. That first year spending 40 to right now we're spending between $4,000 and $5,000 a month. In August we did $100,000 in fees, and this month we'll do 40. So we're spending 4 to 5 and making, let's say, 40. As soon as we closed that first deal in 2018, I knew we could do it. Love Carrot. You guys understand our business so well. The more you guys bring on in terms of services that y'all can offer us, I'm all in.
Awesome. Thanks for watching that. I love that video from Adam. I remember vividly sitting down with him in our studio a couple of years ago and shooting that with him, and just the rawness and the realness of that story. Blew 40 grand on marketing, had to tell his wife, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I spent this money. It's gone. I don't know what to do with it. We don't want to see you do that. Okay. We don't want to see you blow all your money on marketing. We want to give you a solution that's here for the long term, that's predictable, that's sustainable. Okay. We really are here to help you build a business of freedom and impact. And that's why we're here doing what we do. Okay. So anyways, we'd love for you to join us if you're not a member already. We'd love to help you out and see you partner up with Carrot. So take a look at the offer we have going on. It's carrot.com/grow, and I'll put it in the chat for you. Whoop. Oh. Cool. Carrot.com/grow if you want to take advantage of that. And then I almost forgot. So I told y'all I was going to give you the ChatGPT slide deck. I will. Okay. Let me put this in the comments here. There's a couple of prompts in the slide deck I need to go and update. If you remember, you don't, there's a prompt in there on rewriting content specific to real estate. You don't need that if you're a Carrot member because we have the AI rewrite tool now. But yeah, check that out. Dive in. Anna said $697 for a year. So $697 is going to cover 4 months. And then, I should have had this number already. So basically $697 is going to get you 4 months of Carrot with all of those add-ons, and then it will renew at the regular rate, which would be $89 plus the 3 add-ons, which let me run the math for you on this. So $697 for your first 4 months. And then give me 1 sec, do some math. Let's see. Times. So $29 per add-on times 3, 87 plus 89. Okay, so $697 for 4 months. So you're not going to get billed for 4 months. And then after the 4 months is up, be $176 a month if you choose to keep those add-ons. If you just want a simple website, you want to be driving traffic to it, you can do it for $89 a month. If you don't want access to the other tools, you can do that. So sign up at $89, see if that's a good fit. But if you're serious about Evergreen Marketing and you want the training so you can make the most of Carrot and really learn how to generate leads online, this bar none is the best deal you can find on Carrot. So check it out, carrot.com/grow. Thanks for asking that question, Anna. Thanks, Tony, Aaron, Chris, everybody in the chat for being active and participating with me here. I really appreciate it. It's cool getting to know y'all. And that's all I've got for today. So I'll stick around for a minute behind the scenes. If you have any questions, let me know in the chats. But otherwise, I'd love to see you all in the Facebook group. Go to community.carrot.com, pop your questions in there, and love to see you. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Go to carrot.com/grow. Thanks so much. I hope y'all got serious value out of this. Do me a favor. If there's anything specific that you learned from this, any key takeaways, put them in the chat. I'd love to know what stuck. If there's anything that you didn't like or something you thought could, just wasn't for you, let me know in the chat as well. I'd love to just keep on improving this so y'all can get more value out of it. But let me know your biggest takeaways in the chat, and I'll stick around for a minute just to answer any questions. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.